What's up guys? This was 5 in the morning. I was super tired trying to figure out how to cut up mangoes from a YouTube video. But my friend Amanda was in town and I wanted to do a sunrise shoot on this balcony with this crazy breakfast spread. So I'm gonna walk you through how we created some of these images and how you can use some of that knowledge to create some amazing images of your own. Yes, holy crap, this is so good. Let me just give you a little preview.
Oh, cool.
I'm Mike Sasser, boudoir photographer in Hawaii. And if you take just one thing away from this video, I'd appreciate a hit on that like button. All right, so let's get into these photos. So this first one doesn't even really look like sunrise. There's no color in the clouds. I've been burned a couple times by showing up too late for sunrise, and the good color in the clouds is already gone. So since it was so dark, we were really able to utilize this little simple light. This is just a dinner table light. I saw it at a restaurant and thought it was cool, and it ended up working out perfectly for this shoot. Now, the reason why this light placement works is because I have pushed the light all the way to the very, very back of the table, the furthest away. So if here's our table from the top down, and here's Amanda with her hair, I've placed the light right here. So what's happening is with the camera this way, we're creating a light triangle between her, the camera, and that light. And that is what's allowing for all of these beautiful highlights here on her body that is giving her that three-dimensional shape. And then the next thing is with images like this, when you're setting it up, instead of doing just like a girl in lingerie in the bedroom or something like that, you can create a whole scene. Over the top, bougie, breakfast, champagne, pineapples, like breakfast spread. Want her to interact with the things at the table. So her grabbing the bottle of champagne just makes it a little bit more natural. All right, man, I love this second image. The goal of this shot was to make it look like the viewer could be like on a date night sitting across from Amanda, or date morning, depending on what time you think it is in this shoot. And you're looking through all of these foreground objects here. We've got pineapple, we've got bread, we've got bagels. A lot of carbs here, guys, a lot of carbs. And those foreground elements are adding some depth. So we've got here's foreground, we've got Amanda, and then we've got our background here. So 3 distinct sections of the photo creating the depth in this image. I also love the warm and cool tones of this image. Having all of the warm light on her here and then having all of the cold light here on the background really brings her forward and just lets her pop in the photo. So while the last couple of images were great, so we changed up the pose a little bit here. I was feeling like the table and the food was taking up most of the image. We weren't really able to see Amanda as much. So what I wanted to do was to get her in a pose that would allow us to really see her body shape. So we're basically shooting a silhouette other than having the light from this guy light up again, her stomach, her legs, her neck here, and giving her a little bit of separation from the background. But the other thing we've done is we've created this S shape that's in her body, as well as giving her more to do, like enjoy that fresh strawberry that she's knocking out. And the light pushed to the very back of the table is again what's allowing us to get that kind of three-dimensional rim light look on her body. At this point, you can see that the sun's getting a little bit brighter. This little light is not having quite as much power over the entirety of the scene. But we had taken a bunch of like really serious photos at this point, and I wanted it to feel a little bit more playful. Like, what would this be if you were just having the best time of your life? You're looking over this view, it's sunrise, you got this feast. Let's have some fun with it. So this image brings out a little bit different feel than the others as a result of, you can see she's smirking there behind her sip. She's playing with her hair, and it's just in general a more playful shot. The other thing we're using here is very simple and very common element of our leading lines. One of the things you'll find happen in your photography is you'll set up a shot, you'll do it, and it'll be great, and then the light will continuously get better, and you go, oh man, now we gotta go back and do that shot again. So we did that shot again and even more emphasized the silhouette of her. You can now see that the little light is not doing almost anything here. I mean, this guy might as well not even be on at this point. Not only did we accentuate again this S curve, but we also create a little triangle here with her elbow, which is just another simple way you can add interest to your poses. On this particular morning, the wind was really blowing quite hard, and that was causing some problems for the direction that I wanted to shoot. Because if I shot from this direction, then her hair would just be blowing backwards and it wouldn't have really any interest in it. So I really wanted to shoot a lot from the other side of the table here, shooting this way. And that created a really beautiful motion in the way her hair was flying around. And this photo adds a little mystery by her looking away from the camera. Other things you may notice in this pose is that she's not actually sitting on the chair. She's lifting her body up with her knees and her hand. And this is because we want to see more of her outfit, more of the lingerie, more of her, where normally that would have been blocked by the chair. And because the light is still coming from this direction, I wanted her to open up her chest towards that light so that we would still get a little bit of light on her body, because as you can see, everything in here is just completely covered in shadow. And then the sun really started to come out. Absolutely just breathtaking light. And at this point, I really want to take a second to talk about what will elevate your images unrelated to the lens that you're using or the camera you're using or the angle that you shoot from or things like that, is setting yourself up for success. So when Amanda and I were talking about this shoot, we were going over some possible outfits that could work. And one of the things that we wanted to do was get something that felt a little bit like Hawaii. So she picked up this incredible blue lingerie from Honey Birdette, knowing that with the warm colors of sunrise and also the blue of the water, that blue-orange combo is really going to pop. Pretty much any photo that we took from this point on just looked incredible because all of the pieces were already there. Same with any images of the breakfast, because the whole breakfast scene was already set up, and because we had this beautiful view, and because her lingerie looked great, and because there was wind for her hair. All of the pieces were already put together to make creating beautiful images so much easier. Now, you don't have to spend a lot of money to be able to do this. Obviously, we're in this beautiful place and we're on a balcony. Think about your next photo shoot and how you could add elements in order to make the entire scene more interesting so that by the time you actually pick up your camera, the scene itself looks amazing. You don't have to do any trickery to be able to fake it. And with that said, let's talk about the lighting setup here in this image. So all natural light, no reflectors, edited with my Eversummer Volume 2 presets. So we got our sun obviously coming from here, I'm shooting from here, and Amanda is here. So again, think about these triangles when you're going through and you're setting up your shots. That allows for that beautiful rim light that's hitting her knee, it's hitting her chest, it's hitting her neck. All these different areas are getting lit up so beautifully, and I'm not shooting directly into the sun, which would be more of that silhouette. We've got her head tilted back, there's beautiful wind that's blowing and hitting her hair. The blue of the lingerie matches the blue of the sky. Was really just loving these images. Again, we're set up. We've got the light good, we've got the wind good, we've got the angle good. Let's just try and get a couple of different angles. So here we're using again this foreground element, some leading lines. We've got her hair is even more crazy blowing in her face, which I absolutely love. Definitely don't underestimate messy hair, like mess up your client's hair. I know there's some pictures of people with like perfectly done up, like nothing's out of place, but to me there's just like nothing raw and real about that. We also have her arching her back a ton here. It's another one you're gonna have your clients do all of the time. Bra straps off in this image, which is a little bit more playful, a little bit more vulnerable. Hands touching the neck, very sensual. And once you add all of these things up, the photo will really shine. And here we've got a close-up version of it, hair in the face, hands playing with the bra strap, really trying to be very specific about the light coming from this direction. Again, creating that triangle. I've drawn enough triangles, you guys get it. And this image concluded my favorites from this shoot. So if I were to give you some of the main takeaways from this video, it would be preparation goes a long way. When you can match the lighting with the scene, with the outfit, with the styling. The rest is really much easier. You know, at that point, any direction that you shoot should come out pretty good. As well as think about those light triangles in order to shape the light in the way that you want. And I think that's about it. If you want to check out those presets that were used to edit these photos, I'll put them down in the description. And lastly, let me know if you liked the markup. It's the first time I've done anything like that on this channel, and you know, there's always room to try new things. And thank you so much for staying till the end. I appreciate you.